According to the Population Secretariat, 1.2 million pregnancies are recorded in Uganda annually, while 25% are teenage pregnancies. Peer pressure, lack of sex education, child marriages and sexual abuse are the major indicators to teenage pregnancies. However, I caught up with Annabelle, a child marriage survivor, fighting hard to see a society free from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. First, I asked her about the inspiration behind her organization.
Inspiration behind this is my personal life experiences and the experiences of many other girls I grew up seeing. I am a survivor of child marriage. Like I said, I come from a background of polygamy and poverty, and being unable to, as a young girl, to go through school and I have all the basics that any girl would want to have, because my parents wouldn't provide. And when I turned 13, I was being prepared to be married off to a man who was 35. And this was not anything strange, because many girls at that time were getting married anyway. When choice had to be made between a boy child going to school and a girl child going to school, the girl had to remain home, and then we become a burden. And so basically, because of all of that, I ended up being a victim. So I had to run away from home, and I had went through so many cycles, working as a housemaid, just living with different people's homes, and everywhere I went, it just kind of felt like the men that I lived with, that were supposed to protect me, instead just saw an opportunity to sexually manipulate me. So whether working as a housemaid or whether I was living with my relatives, I just had these very similar experiences all the time.
In 2015, she resigned from her job as an accountant to work full-time at the Remnant Generation Home, which had started as a community-based organization in 2011. She speaks about ignorance and gender-based violence being key issues to teenage pregnancies.
Some of the major reasons we're finding is there is a lot of ignorance, both at the end of the parents and at the end of the girls. We still have parents in this era that believe in child marriage, like are literally forcing their girls to get married, and they think there is a source of wealth. We also have the gender-based and domestic violence in homes that has left very many families separated. So you see that girls that are in broken families are highly at risk of falling prey to teenage pregnancy than girls that are coming from strong, consolidated families.
The girls here are either referred by the police, local council one office, and others identified through outreaches, where I got a chance to speak to one who shared her story.
I got pregnant when I wasn't ready for it, and in that situation I got it, I was stranded, and I didn't have a safe place, and we had misunderstanding between me and the father's baby. So I was in the middle of confusion. I didn't know what to do next. I wanted to do abortion, but I found myself it cannot be possible to get this baby out of my womb. I was worried, what am I going to feed my baby? How am I going to give birth? Where am I gonna be staying? All that was in my head rolling. What am I going to feed myself? And I was all worried.
As these girls come here, what approach do you use to talk to them?
The most important thing that we do when we get a girl, whether it's a victim of sexual abuse or just teenage pregnancy, is that we make sure that we help them understand their need and that we are here to help them. So I love calling our approach the love approach, because these are girls that have been wounded, girls that have been hurt, and the most important thing that they want to hear is that they're not alone and somebody is standing by their side to walk this journey with them. So we do a lot of counseling. We take them through a process of building trust, because when you have been sexually abused, there is trust that is broken. There is self-esteem that has been damaged, and to rebuild that sense of personal worth, also just realizing that you still matter, you're still somebody, and it's not the end of the world. It takes a process.
Urban farming here.
Yeah.
Is it something also that helps to help them forget about their stories?
So what we do, the urban farming program is part of what we call the School of Purpose, and the School of Purpose is a module that we developed to help girls just realize that they still have a purpose in life. So we inspire them to dream, to believe, and to achieve.
From urban farming, the girls are also taught other skills like tailoring, hairdressing, and also obliged to attend the literacy classes, since many come in with no or little education.
Challenges do the girls tell you that they face?
One of the major challenges is that they get to be rejected by their own families, and sometimes the father is responsible for the pregnancies, and that leaves them no option of like support, and they get confused and just so scared of what tomorrow will hold. So many of the girls that actually end up choosing to abort their babies, it is because they are just afraid. They just don't know how they're going to face this very serious time of their life. Being pregnant and alone can be very scary, and worst of all, when you're a young girl, that even makes it more scary. And you have no family support, you have no support for the father that is responsible for the baby, so it makes it very complicated.
Being a home of girls where some are pregnant, is through the support of Annabelle's husband, local and international friends that help her run the organization.
Once these girls are brought here, first, it's all about restoring their hope through the love approach message as said by Annabelle, and later on they're taught various skills and lessons to give them a start in life.